We all have come across the quality of data terminology through our career many, many times. And today's topic is to cover what is the impact of poor quality data or a bad data on the success of digital transformation. Data is one of the pillars of digital transformation. And whether you call it as, some people have 4 pillars, 6 pillars, 10 pillars, whatever the number of pillars you have, and you buy into uh, data management is one of the key pillars of the success of any digital transformation. It has to be one of the critical components of the digital transformation. Whether you are a startup or you're a very mature company, doesn't matter. Data management and how you manage and leverage your data is going to be the key aspect of the success in the digital transformation. In our opinion, the digital transformations are essentially business led technology programs that are fueled by the data strategy. And there are other components of the digital transformation as well, but by and large, this is how we would love to define the digital transformation. Another interesting statistics that came out of Gartner recently is that 72% of the data and analytics leaders in the large enterprises are leading or heavily involved in the digital transformation initiatives. So what you're seeing in the world is that the role of the chief digital officer and the chief data officer is getting more and more blood or more and more gelled together. So what essentially you see is that the business strategy is informed quite nicely by the data strategy. And when you see these kind of ingredients in any of the digital transformation, you are bound to see some magical outcomes come out of the digital transformation for the organization. Now, if you agree that data is the key pillar of the digital transformation, specifically focusing on the customer data is even more critical within the digital transformation. And essentially, what you are doing is one of the two things when you are undertaking any of the digital transformation programs. One is you are creating a particular digital product which didn't exist in the business, or you are enhancing an existing product or services for your customers in this digital initiative. The quality of the data, the quality of the customer data is going to be the critical thing. Another expectation that people have got, your customers have got from any of the digital assets that they interact with your brand is the actionable insights. Uh, they expect you to understand everything about them and offer them very seamless experience across all the digital channels that you may have. And the real time actionable insights is the key need of the hour. So, the availability of data and a good quality data whenever it's needed is a critical aspect. The trust of the customer is reliant on your high quality data and the experience that you then offer them. You might have looked at all of these digital businesses of the most modern recent era, Airbnb, Uber, Netflix. If you look at their business model, they are heavily reliant on the use of high quality data for their customers. And things don't go wrong. They cannot go wrong in this kind of a digital world and where your products are completely consumed in a very offline way as well these days. So that's how important the quality of data and the role of data is going to be within the digital transformation. Now, this may sound like a very old age phrase, garbage in, garbage out, but it's still true. The speed of the technology has changed, and how you utilize the data has probably changed in the last few years, and it'll keep evolving. But this particular concept of garbage in, garbage out is standing absolutely true, even in today's world. We need to ensure that the high quality of data is there for the likes of data science, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence to work very effectively. The essence of the outcomes that you would have from these data science algorithms, for example, would be heavily reliant on the high quality data that they are consuming. Data sharing amongst the businesses is going to become more and more mainstream play. It is already becoming a mainstream play. Every enterprise that you look at, either they are consuming data from the third parties or they are sharing data with the third parties. The quality of data again here, which is going to be a very digitized world, the high quality of data for your sharing amongst the partners, sharing amongst the joint ventures, sharing amongst just the third parties that you are dealing with is going to be quite essential. So the magic that you want to see from the digital transformation in terms of the outcomes and the customer experience that you want to offer to all of your customers is heavily reliant on high quality data that is made available to all of these digital assets and these systems.